Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Victory Fuel Cup Series presented by Full Throttle Television. My name's Brady Hanna. Beside me in the booth tonight, Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at a tough track tonight. The old Atlanta, no grip. Cars are going to be slipping and sliding around. Add the difficulty of this car, and we are looking for a really good display of talent here tonight.
For sure. I mean, a lot of people realize that Atlanta had a refresh and they made it into a super speedway track. Here at FTSR. We've gone back to the old Atlanta, but it gets hot. It gets greasy out there. We had our truck race on Wednesday. It was a handful for a lot of guys. And the complications of this car as well. We saw a little bit of that yesterday, which makes me believe that iRacing does have their physics down packed. It's going to be a tough one for these guys. We don't have a huge field either, but the guys that are here, kudos to them, and let's see what they can do.
You got 20 cars out there tonight. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. The guys are going to be slipping, sliding around, and while they're getting ready for qualifying, let's go ahead and look at the point standings for the 2024 C Cup Series. You see Nathan Biggert at top, Ben Tracy in second. Really close battle early on. We were only 2 races in. And we'll get to the playoff points in a minute, but the regular season points are going to be close. These guys are going to be fighting for every point through the 12-week schedule here.
Yeah, and stage points are going to be a huge deal too. We are in our playoffs, and we do have the knockout elimination rounds as the real life NASCAR does. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to come out on top, especially for race 1 here, especially being such a tough track.
You talk about playoff points. That adds another wrinkle to these guys. All fighting for playoff points. The first race of the playoffs, somebody's looking to lock themselves in, because you'll look at the schedule in a minute after this, and you'll see there's some tough tracks coming up, like Watkins Glen and Bristol in this round. This is the only actual, I guess you would call a basic track before we head to a road course and a short track.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of the typical cookie cutter, but unfortunately, like I say, we're running the old version, so it's kind of throws some of these teams for a loop, because there's really not setups in the setup shops for this type of track anymore. And it's going to be this is really in a way a good judgment of who's going to be the cream of the crop, who's going to be able to get it done, especially on the opening round. I'm sure though a lot of guys are happy that this is the first round opposed to being the 10th round.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll look at our schedule. We are on race 3 of the C season. First race of the playoffs at Atlanta here. 163 laps. Stage caution is going to be at lap 40. So these guys do have a stage to look forward to. But you look at the rest of the schedule. You got Watkins Glen and Bristol. We talked about this round. And then the next round, and we reset. Very interesting schedule going forward. We're going to be covering all this here on Full Throttle Television. But looking forward to some great racing going forward. Again, these guys looking to do something this week before Watkins Glen next week, because, a road course, certain people are going to be good there, certain aren't. And then the short track at Bristol, you can't really predict. So there's our upcoming schedule. And again, we look forward to covering all that action as we go forward here. Let's look at our, see if we can pull up our race info for tonight, though.
Yeah, the schedule looks pretty good, though, especially coming into the second round. Seems like it might be the safer of the two, even though there's Talladega in there. But, there's a few tracks in there that a lot of guys are comfortable with. And, Talladega is the crapshoot of the race. And, a little bit easier than round 1 here.
Yeah, we talked about slipping and sliding around here tonight. The temp is not that high, but the track temp is kind of high because of the clear skies. And again, with this older surface, man, they just eating up those tires, just slipping and sliding around. A lot of people were complaining about that. I can attest. I did some running on this track earlier just to kind of get a feel, and definitely going to be a struggle. And I tell you, Tony, one thing we're going to watch is these guys running different lanes. The high side 1 and 2 seems to be the preferred groove, especially on older tires. 3 and 4, you can kind of get away with running wherever you want, low and high, but that multi-groove track is kind of coming back into play. It's going to be tough to run that bottom, so we'll see if everybody graduates to the high side or if we see a kind of a split strategy there.
Well, with as loose as the track is, and even for some of the drivers, I know, like again, bringing up Wednesday on our truck race, the high side seemed like it was the safer of the two options. You get too low, you just couldn't keep the thing straight, in the corner, kind of say. But yeah, we're going to see a couple of dual lane going here, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It absolutely will. Only about half the guys took a time. We do have 20 cars here tonight, so a decent field, not the biggest field we've had, but that's going to play into effect too. Especially you come up on lap cars and you got to change the lane you're running because they're running your lane. That's going to be a factor. All these things we're going to kind of be watching and trying to bring to light for you guys tonight. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. Look forward to it. Look forward to seeing what comes of it. And just looking out there. No comments yet, but if you guys want to leave a comment, we'll try to get to them and give you guys a shout out. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to it.
Yeah, we got a couple guys already taking time here in queue, and Nathan Biggert, Jeff Chandler are on the front row as of now. Again, like Brody said, we only got about half guys that actually taken time, so we still got a few minutes to get out there and get a lap or two in. So let's see how this is going to shake up.
Well, I think some of the guys in the back, Tony, we've done this before. You'd be like, I don't want to take a time. I want to start in the back. Well, if you're Daniel Simmons, Joshua Johnson, Jamie Knopf, you didn't take a time. But guess what? You're going to start mid-pack because half the field didn't take a time. So not sure that strategy is going to play out for you.
Yeah, that is kind of a strategy that does bite you. And yeah, and yeah, we only did actually have 9 people that actually took time. Nathan Biggert front row, Jeff Chandler second, Ben Tracy, TJ Bartell, Richie Coy, Colby Mice, Sherwood Williford, Nick Dugan, and Lane Allen would have been your 9th time. But yeah, everybody else they're just kind of, I believe they line them up by iRacing rating. So yeah, unless if you're a good shoe out there and you got a decent I rating, yeah, you're mid pack if you didn't take a lap.
And that's where you didn't want to be. That's exactly what you were trying to avoid. But now you're going to start mid pack anyway. So tough for those guys. But I know everybody's chomping at the bit here, ready to get this thing underway. We are as well, waiting for the last cars to grid so we can bring you the starting lineup. And we'll do that now. Starting on your pole tonight, no surprise, the 01 of Nathan Biggert's going to take the pole. To the outside of him is going to be the 31 of Jeff Chandler. Starting third in the 33 is going to be Ben Tracy. To his outside, the 20, TJ Bartell. Starting fifth, the 19 of Richie Coy. Starting beside him in sixth is going to be the 9 of Colby Meese. Starting seventh, the 5, Sherwood Williford. Starting to his outside in eighth, the 12 of Nick Dugan. Starting ninth, the 14 of Lane Allen. Starting 10th is going to be the 48 of Jamie Knopf. 11th place is going to be the 66 of Shane Parrish. 12th is going to be the 06, Daniel Simmons. 13th is going to be the 67, James Wallace. 14th is going to be the 57. Teammates there on that row with the 57 of Joshua Johnson. 15th is going to be Wayne Grassi. 16th is going to be Brian Dublé. 17th, Ryan Hedrick. Dave Nestor in 18th. Alan Crowell in 19th and 20th. And final starting position will go to Randy Belk.
Well, yeah, we got a good field, 20 drivers. Actually, yeah, I'm showing 19 drivers. Like somebody did bounce out.
Randy Belk is not showing on track. Yes.
So he might be starting from pit, which might not be a bad place to go. I noticed a different track too yesterday. You had Denny Hamlin. He started in the back. It didn't really work out for him all night. But obviously, this is, in a way, it's a much different track. But, I don't know. Do you like this version or do you like the Super Speedway version?
Can we say neither? It just, I like this old version till it got wore out like this, and with iRacing changing the grip levels and everything, and it's really hard to handle. Now I know a lot of some guys like this, some guys like the Super Speedway racing, but this is what we got tonight. Going through 3 and 4, waiting for that pace car to pull off. There he goes. We'll be coming to the restart zone, waiting for the green flag. There's the green flag. We are underway here at Atlanta.
Everybody gets away pretty good and pretty clean. Didn't see too much mayhem right off the bat, thankfully.
Nathan Biggert will lead them into turn one with the 0-1. Nicely, the 31 of Jeff Chandler battling with the 33 of Ben Tracy for second spot. 2x2 all the way through the field till you get about to 15th spot as they head into 3.
Yeah, I'm really just kind of scanning through the field right now, just trying to see if any movers and shakers early on. I'm sure everybody's just trying to get the some heat in the tires until they're going to have to cool them down because they're just going to be super grippy and slippy. Now, I haven't actually taken any laps in the next gen out here, so I really don't know what these guys are expecting or even going to. But I know when we did the super speedway, it was a white knuckle ride, and I don't know which one I would prefer either, to be quite honest with you.
We saw Colby Meese hit the wall a little bit through going into turn one there. Don't know if it'll affect his car, but he is side by side with the 19 of Richie Coy. You may have got a piece of it again there. Off turn 4, these guys racing for 5th spot.
Yeah, at this point, you just want to say, just kind of relax a little bit, let the car kind of come to you. Again, I don't really know what they're going up against, especially in the first few laps here. But based on the truck race, it's it's decent. It was decent for a few laps, and then it got real scary and sketchy.
You see Richie Coy starting to make a move for 4th there. That'll be on the 20 of TJ Bartell. TJ already utilizing that high side through 3 and 4, down into 1 and 2. And now TJ looks like Richie's trying to go for 3rd, but Ben Tracy's going to cut that off. And we missed the change. For the lead, it's going to be Jeff Chandler out front. Nathan Biggert falls to 2nd. Jeff's going to take the lead here and try to run away with this one.
Yeah, Jeff's got a good command lead right now. He's got 3/4 tenths ahead of the field. He started in that outside lane, and I just wonder if that outside lane just kind of gave him a little bit more momentum to kind of get through these corners and make that pass on Nathan.
You see the battle for 2nd. Nathan Biggert with Ben Tracy all over his back bumper here through 1 and 2. Again, a playoff win is on the line. An advance for the next 2 races. You get to take it easy. These guys want to get that win and advance in the playoffs.
Somebody we were just talking about not too long ago, Colby Meese. He kind of rocketed around his pseudo teammate for tonight, Richie Coy, and he is in 3rd place right now, actually.
Up to 3rd. I'm sure he's not saving those tires. Now he's battling for 2nd on the high side. Got that high side rolling. But yeah, he's probably using some tire up. We'll see if this comes back to bite him, because it seems to be the case here. But they are side by side for 2nd place. Colby Meese going for the lead. Follow him on the outside there. There's the 12 of Nick Dugan following him. And now Richie Coy's going to follow Nick up there. So 3 of the guys choosing to move up already.
Oh, Nick taps the wall in front of Richie. Didn't hurt him too much. But yeah, that outside line seems like it's really running. It obviously worked really good for Colby. We know Richie likes to run that bottom, and the bottom didn't work. And he's on the top side now, and he's trying to make a pass here on Ben Tracy.
Again, all these guys racing to lap 40, which will be your stage caution. And by then, I'm sure they'll have their tongues hanging out with the way this car drives, for sure. But he's seen Colby Meese close right up on Jeff Chandler, so he's really rolling right now on the top side and looking for the lead here as we go into 1.
Yeah, he's got a little rocket ship under him. Hopefully he isn't burning up his stuff too much, because that's going to show up, and it's going to show up probably quickly and unexpectedly. But right now he's looking good. Hopefully, he's just being calm and cool and trying to keep them tires under him. But I'm watching again. I'm watching Richie. Richie's going down. He's going high. He's actually side by side with Nathan Biggert right now for 3rd. So he's moving along here, or 4th actually.
Yeah, Colby Meese to the lead. Jeff Chandler falls to 2nd. Nick Dugan now in 3rd. And the 4th place is where the battle is between the 19 of Coy and the 01 of Biggert. Battle no more.
Yeah, Colby getting that lap lead point. That's really good for him. Obviously, every little point counts. You don't know how long it's going to, or how far it's going to take you within the championships, but it's better to get the more points and just stay alive really in these first few rounds. Have decent finishes and just get into it.
Yeah, again, playoffs matter. You want to get those points when you can, and every point counts. We've seen it come down to a point or two, so definitely can happen. Here goes Nick Dugan, and now Richie Coy by Jeff Chandler for 3rd.
Yeah, Nick Dugan kind of took over that spot. He was kind of moving up through the field a little bit. He was one of those guys on the outside, and went right by Jeff. And looks like Richie still is. He's trying that low line, but he's going to have to make that top side work if he wants to go any further.
One guy I want to kind of focus on is Wayne Grassi, because in the race, in the truck race, he was one of the guys that kind of laid back early on, saved his stuff, and kind of came through the field late in the race. So I wonder if he's kind of doing the same thing here, kind of laying off the pack, maybe taking care of the tires. We'll see if he makes any progress later on.
Yeah, he is kind of hanging back there right now, and even got a nice buffer in front of Brian Blay, the guy in front of him right now, and he's one of those tire meisters. He knows how to save some of these tires, and when you find a good track that you can do, it's going to work for you.
You see these guys use every inch of the track here through 1 and 2, from the bottom to the top. Everybody has a little bit different philosophy as far as where to tackle the corner there through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is a little more towards the bottom, although we do see guys all over the track there as well. So everybody's trying to find where their car works best.
Yeah, I'm still just kind of scanning through the field. It looks like Ryan Belk did not actually make it, or he manually disconnected, so he probably did not start the race. But everybody else is still in it. We still got 19 drivers in it. Ryan Hendricks right now is last of the pack, but he's just kind of hanging back there, trying to make some moves on Alan Crowell right now, and he's up there with Dave Nestor, who's in the car for Kyle Milliken this week. And they're just kind of hanging on the back, and it's a tough track, and good way to feel it out, but they are looking loose even all the way back there.
Well, one way to guarantee that you won't have a shot at the win is to be in a wreck. So those guys are taking care of each other. As we see a battle starting to heat up for the lead, Richie Coy's run down the 9 of Colby Meese after getting by the 12 of Dugan, and Dugan's watching this battle as Richie goes to the inside through 3 and 4, and will take the lead for the first time tonight through 4 and get his lap led.
Yeah, Richie made that move on the bottom, which is pretty good. So it makes me wonder if Colby did kind of burn up some of his tires getting that big lead, because he was over half a second ahead of second place at one point in time.
Through 1 and 2, they sweep down the backstretch. Richie Coy in first, Colby Meese second. You got Nick Dugan, Jeff Chandler, and Nathan Biggert, your top 5 right now. Ben Tracy inching in on these guys in 6th. 7th is Shane Parrish. You got Bartell, Williford, and Wallace running out your top 10.
I've been keeping an eye on TJ too, and he was too wide for these first 15 laps with somebody, and finally he could get out there, run a line by himself where he doesn't have to worry about it. But still holding strong, sitting in 8th place right now, and he's another tire miser, and we might see him later on. He's just been kind of creeping along too. Looks like he's favoring the middle to low end of the track as well. So we'll see where that takes him.
Yeah, these guys starting to work their way around Colby. We talked about maybe using those tires. It looks like it's kind of coming to fruition here as we get to lap 17.
Yeah, it's and it's so hard as a driver too. You got a quick car. You can get yourself up to that first spot, but then in the back of your mind, I'm killing my tires. So it's like, what do? Do you want to just get up there just to say, hey, I got up there? Or do you want to try and lay back and try to save tires? Anytime I do either, it seems like it doesn't work for me. But fortunately, it didn't work for Colby. He's falling like a brick right now. And, it's kind of sad to see, but it's the product that we have.
Live by the tire, die by the tire. That's absolutely what's happening here. He used his tire to get to the front. Now his tires are cashing that check he wrote by getting up there.
Yeah, it's almost like tire karma, maybe. I don't know. You never have good tire karma, do you?
Well, we haven't heard the word spicy yet, so I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, it's getting there. Maybe after the stage break, we'll see some spicy action going on.
Well, somebody got spicy. I see some tire tracks through the front stretch of 1 and 2, so somebody got down there in the grass already. So these guys are now, this is when it starts getting bad. They say about lap 15 is when the car starts kind of working a little differently, losing grip and stuff. So we'll see if some of these guys start losing their grip, whether they're loose or tired or whatever. We'll see if these guys start struggling here now that we're past now on lap 20.
Yeah, I do see some tire marks. I'm trying to go back and see if I can find who that was.
See Shane Parrish using that high line. You know, he was talking earlier this week about how specific you have to be as far as running the outside lane. You know, you have to be right there on the wall and kind of, you know, you flirt with the wall a race. It makes it kind of difficult, but that's where the speed is in this track, is right against the wall. You see the 12 of Nick Dugan, looks like he got the wall off 4 a little bit there. He's off pace just a little bit. The 01 of Nathan Biggert will go by, as well as Jeff Chandler trying to work his way by.
Well, the tire marks that I did see, I did kind of go back and look. They were there from the beginning of the race, so that may have been a cue thing, or at least that's what I'm showing on my screen. So I don't know if there was anybody in here, but yeah, I'm watching some of these other cars though as well, and they're starting to get loose. I mean, and we were getting loose in the trucks are about lap 15 to lap 20, and it just got worse and worse after that. But,
well, here's where the gaggle is back here, about 11th on back. You got Colby Meese, Jamie Knopf, Daniel Simmons, Sherwood Williford, all in the same group here together. This is where it gets a little hairy, because everybody's right on top of each other, and if one person makes a mistake, it could end a lot of nights for a lot of people.
well, right. Because you know, too, you got kind of the worn tires of Colby, and then you got some of the fresher tires of some of the saving tires. And ooh, yeah, we got 5 kind of loose. Wow, that was
in contact with the 37 when he comes back on. He does save it, keeps it going straight, but man, that was a moment right there for sure.
Yeah, I was watching that as it happened. Good hands on Sherwood's part. It kind of hurt him a little bit as far as running order goes, but no harm, no foul for anybody in the field. But it just shows you too what this car is doing. Just get loose on you, and it's a gradual looseness, and you know, at least it's not the hot, quick left right throw you in a loop like we saw with Kyle Larson yesterday. But I'm still waiting. It's potential. It's going to happen.
Listen, we're just past halfway in this run, because they're going to have to run to lap 40, and these guys are already slipping and sliding around. They've got to know in the back of their mind there's still 15 laps to go. And it's not going to get any better. So everybody hanging on at this point, just trying to get that first stage, that stage break, so they can kind of maybe make some adjustments.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, you look at tire fall off. I mean, Colby Meese sitting in 13th right now. Actually, he'll probably be actually he's going to be 15th or 15th right now. And he is, you know, he was just leading this race. You know, not even 10 laps ago.
Yeah, it's all tire. It's all about tires. And you see what happens when you run too hard. You really pay for it here, and he is struggling back there right now.
Right, and then we're going back, you know, looking back up to the front, we got Nathan Bigger and Richie Coy right now. They are running door to door, and they've got just Jeff Chandler kind of tailing the two of them right now. And it looks like Nathan Bigger is going to kind of be the victor of this challenge right now. So apparently a little bit of tire saving on Nathan's part, even maybe possibly Jeff Chandler, or although maybe Richie, you know, burned him up just a little bit too much too. I mean, it could go either way, and it's, like I say, you know, we've talked about it many times. It's kind of sad to see it, but, you know, that's just kind of what these drivers have to do.
Well, a track like this, I would expect it. There's some tracks that the tires are way too much of a factor. A track like this, I could kind of understand. We are wearing tires out. You know, I get it. But this seems to be the case week in, week out, unfortunately, and these guys know kind of how, you know, what they have to deal with.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if you figure like on a super speedway race, like on a Talladega, tires don't matter at all. You know, so it's like it's a little inconsistent as far as the wear goes. You know, and especially probably next week too at Watkins Glen.
Oh, next week, yeah, next week you won't
We're
change
not going
tires.
to see. Yeah, right. You don't even have to change tires. Well, and it's like that too in a super speedway race, and I assume, you know, the micro super speedway, I guess you'd call the new Atlanta. You know, again, you don't have to really change tires, so it kind of makes you wonder. It's like, is there a right or a wrong? What and then what is right and what is wrong? You know, with is how iRacing is coded. But
still side by side for second here. Nathan's kind of pulled away. I guess that's what
right.
you're about to say.
Yeah. I was going to say Nathan's got a good half-second lead, and Richie Coy and his former teammate Jeff Chandler, they're door to door right now, fighting for third. And you got Shane Parrish just kind of waiting to pounce. They got a good little, you know, a second place groove, I guess, or group right now. There's about 5 cars in there. You got Ben Greasy, Nick Dugan, Shane Parrish, Jeff Chandler, and Richie Coyle on that group. And Nathan Bigger's just looking in his rearview mirror, saying, "Yeah, you guys keep monkeying around, and I'm just going to keep driving away."
And you see Shane kind of take away that groove for Richie going into turn 3 there. A little bit of contact to push Richie up the track, and now he's falling to 4th. Shane takes that position.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Shane too. I mean, we got, we're talking teammates here. We've got Beast Mode Performers. We got them sitting 1, 2, 3 right now. And Shane kind of made that forceful. And Richie almost found himself 3 wide behind that group a little while ago too. They did kind of single out, but I know that probably wasn't a spot Richie wanted to be in, but he's still moving along. 10 more laps to go, guys, and you guys can go in, get some fresh tires, and we'll re-rack.
Yep. They got to hang on for 9 more laps here around this track. You see Nathan kind of got a lead. Now Jeff and Shane are kind of together. And they got a group fighting for 4th back here with Richie Coy, Ben Tracy, Nick Dugan.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Nathan has, Nathan kind of got out to, half a second, 6/10 of a lead, and he kind of just held it there. So I almost wonder if he's gaming some of these guys a little bit. He figured, I got a nice little gap, and I'm just going to kind of back it off a little bit and just, let these guys fight it out behind me and not burn up my stuff.
Here comes Ben Tracy to take 4th spot. You're right, Nathan out front, Jeff Chandler and Shane Parrish battling for 2nd there. And then the 4th place group, everybody kind of spread out in their own groups here. You got the leader and then the next 2, and actually these guys are going to start catching some lap cars here before the end of this stage break.
Yeah, I was just kind of going through the field too. Yeah, it looks like they're coming up on Dave Nestor right now. They're not even a half a corner away from him, and Alan Crowell is in 18th right now, and he's not too far ahead of him too. But Dave Nestor is going to be lapped by the end of this lap.
Here comes Nathan around him. He'll take that position. Dave will hope that Nathan doesn't catch the next car so he can get his lap back in the free pass when the caution comes out here. We're only 7 laps away now, 6 laps away from the stage break, so he's going to try to hang on here.
Well, yeah, and then you've got, like I say, Alan Crowell. He's the next guy to go a lap down, and he's got a little bit of a gap to him, and he might be safe. The one guy that I think will probably be safe will be Colby Meese. He's all the way back in 17th, and again, like we said, not even 20 laps ago, he was leading this thing, and tires are so crucial. I mean, really everywhere we go, but some of these tracks, especially here at this old Atlanta, tires are the biggest thing you got to worry about.
Battle for 2nd, not a battle anymore. The Shane Parrish is going to take over 2nd spot in the 66, up 9 positions from his starting spot. So Shane's going to see if he can, I don't know, in 5 laps, if he's going to make any inroads on Nathan Biggert, but he's going to try. He'll set himself up well, though, after the stage.
Well, during that time, Nathan kind of extended his lead. I said he was kind of holding around 5 to 6 tenths ahead, but he's up to 9 tenths now. I don't see Shane catching him, but we've seen Shane. I believe he won last week, and very, very strong performer. And we saw him kind of barrel through the field here, and I'm sure he's going to get closer, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to pass for the stage.
Right now, Biggert, Parrish, and Chandler, your top 3, all for Beast Mode Performance. You were talking about the team last week, coming home with, I believe, a 1, 2, 4, I think, maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway,
the top record.
Yeah, the top 2. Actually, no, I don't know. Something happened to Jeff in that race. So it was Nathan finishing 2nd to Shane, and now Nathan leading Shane here at Atlanta, as we've got 4 laps left to the stage.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back through the field too, kind of looking at some of these other guys that we were talking about a little while ago, like Wayne Grossi. He really hasn't made any moves. He's kind of stuck back at 13th. Then you've got James Wallace, 9th right now. TJ Bartell, kind of hanging out by himself. Him and James Wallace and TJ Bartell kind of been around each other the whole race so far. So they're still probably the closest right now on the track.
I'll tell you, the guy I've got at my own is at 33, Ben Tracy. He just went around Jeff Chandler for 3rd spot. Ben's been known to kind of use his tires up, but he's taking care of them really nicely here, and he's starting to make moves forward hanging right with Shane Parrish. So very impressive run so far for the 33.
Yeah, his entry looks really good. It looks like he's really able to kind of get the car set early on, and especially at this late in the stage. I mean, it just how much was he babying these tires? But yeah, he's actually starting to catch Shane. Unfortunately, though, nobody's catching Nate. Nate's extended his lead to about 4/10 from the last time we spoke about him, and yeah, he's the class of the field right now. And I don't know if anybody's going to have anything for Nathan by the end of this, if it keeps going as it does.
Yep. Looking good out there. Nathan has stretched out a lead 1.8 seconds. And we've got 2 to go. No, this is the last lap before the stage. Give a shout out to Doyle Lawrence out there commenting, this is indeed Old Atlanta, and it should be interesting, absolutely. And he says Jeff's feeling under the weather, so Jeff hanging in there in 4th spot, so nice job by Jeff. Apparently dealing with some food poisoning.
Dang, well, that's tough to do. Who was the driver last week that had that?
We come to the stage. Nathan Biggert will pick up the stage win. Shane Parrish 2nd. Ben Tracy 3rd. Jeff Chandler 4th. Just waiting for 10th spot. James Wallace to cross the line. There it is, and the caution is out. So stage 1 is complete. The guys have survived here at Atlanta through 40 laps. Now they're going to be able to make some changes and hopefully improve their car.
Well, I did see a lot of slipping and sliding out there, but it definitely wasn't nearly as spicy as it was on Wednesday night for some of us. So there, I said it.
Put a dollar in the jar. I know.
So yeah, everybody's coming in for 4 freshies. I wonder if anybody's going to make major swings on their setups. Yeah, and you really got to just make a major change to your right foot and just kind of baby them tires. Be easy on that wheel.
You got guys that look good like Nathan Biggert, Shane Parrish. So they're in the right direction. Ben Tracy as well. And you got some guys that are kind of struggling. Richie Coy fell to 8th after all that. And then Colby Meese all the way down to 17th. Boy, he is in a world of hurt right now.
Yeah, and it's you gotta look back and you gotta think, well, what was I doing in that first stage? Was I really too hard on the throttle? Did I tap the wall once or twice? Maybe you got a little damage from the wall, or maybe even a little rubbing from hitting some other guy. Or yeah, it's a tough deal, and hopefully, if you got some adjustments you can make, you'll get those adjustments in and get your car kind of going in the right direction.
They are on pit road now. Everybody coming down to pit road to try to see what they can do as far as fixing their car. And we'll see how the pit exit shakes out here.
Yeah, just watch the stops too. Everybody looks nice and clean, and getting in, getting service, getting gas, getting tires. Maybe a little damage. Hopefully not too much. I didn't see anybody really hit the wall or get nasty. So that's always a good sign that there's a very good potential that this is going to stay green. And wow, that was a race for pit road. We had Shane Parrish and Ben Tracy. They were fighting for second. I believe Shane may have came out the victor on that one.
Looks like Ben got it.
No, maybe Ben did get it. That was a great race off of pit road.
See if we can pull that up. Coming down pit road, there's Shane Parrish and Ben. That's close.
Yeah, they were nose to nose. We've had finishes like that.
But nose to nose would mean they were pointed in the wrong direction, were they not?
Well, yeah, bumper to behind it. They were lined up.
Door to door. Yeah, because door to door means side by side. Nose to nose would be like when Denny Hamlin came up and congratulated, quote unquote, Alex Bowman after the win at Martinsville. That's nose to nose.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like so we got Nathan Biggert, Ben Tracy on the front row. And Nathan Biggert's going to be able to choose his lane and start in the box. He'll bring us everybody to green this time around. But look at beast mode. I mean, what can be said about this team? Right now they've got 3 strong cars in the field, and they're looking really good.
Well, it's playoff time, and it's time for those guys to get up on the wheel, and they are absolutely doing so. Nathan Biggert where he wants to be, try to lock himself into the next round. Although he comes in with such a big lead in the playoffs, you don't really necessarily need it. He's got a race, almost a race lead on everybody else coming into the race. So with all those wins in the regular season, so setting himself up well, looking good for the playoffs. Ben Tracy, though, hungry for that win. He wants to get that first. He hasn't gotten a win in Cup yet, but he has been nipping at the heels. He is one guy you have to kind of keep an eye on. Could he do it tonight? Absolutely could happen tonight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's been a strong driver throughout all the series, and since he's joined here at FTSR, and yeah, he definitely's got his tire wear management dialed in tonight. And that's evident by they drive up to second place or third place. I don't believe he did actually get Shane, but he was close. He was catching them for sure. So it'll be nice to see what these guys get for a long run. I know they get around 50-55 laps for fuel. So yeah, we'll see.
As we're coming to the green flag, want to remind you, go to drinkvictory.com, use code FTSR for 10% off of your order. Victory Fuel is the proud sponsor of the FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series here at Full Throttle Sim Racing. You got to check them out, Tony. I'm telling you, got some great flavors and a great product, very refreshing. You're really going to love it. So drinkvictory.com, code FTSR, 10% off your order. Do it now. Get yours now. Get them ordered. Get that. And honestly, you visit some of the racetracks and get it there as well. They supply some of the racetracks in the Midwest. Make sure to check them out there as well. Support them. Great group of people. Love supporting their product, and very happy they're supporting us. Pace cars off. We're getting ready to go green here once again after the stage. Racing to lap 163 now, Tony. Waiting for the green flag. There it is. Nathan gets a great jump, and we're back underway here at Atlanta.
Yeah, I know. Starting in the restart box is probably a little new to some of these guys. Unless you're an official lobby racer, it might throw you off guard. But yeah, it looks like Ben Tracy kind of missed the ball on that one. But again, it's probably not going to hurt him. He was saving his tires decent enough. He probably didn't really mind, laying back a little bit. Gives him the time to kind of just take it easy these first 10, 20, 30 laps and let it go. And I mean, I'm kind of doing math too here. The pit window is going to be very tight if this stays green, so they're going to have a very short window to go.
Yeah, a lot of the guys said the pit window is going to be kind of small, so we'll see how that works out. They are 3 wide for third place right now. Shane Biggert goes to the outside, and Ben Tracy starting to drop back, trying to take care of those tires. Jeff Chandler up to second. Daniel Simmons, the name we haven't mentioned yet, up to third.
Wow, where did he come from? Yeah, we haven't even talked about him at all tonight. And yeah, he's up in third right now. And too, with Daniel Simmons, Jamie Knopp, that whole team out there, they seem to show themselves up, show up after the stage. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more what they're going to do towards the end of the race. They always have that knack of showing up towards the end, and usually getting a good finish out of these things.
They were there were a couple of guys we were talking about that didn't qualify, ended up mid-pack. And, we've talked to them before, and sometimes they like to not qualify so they can kind of start back there and take care of their stuff. And if they did that tonight, you see the 33. He is hanging on right now. But
he did tap the wall a little while ago, I did see. So, yeah, but I think he's just kind of laid back. At least I hope that's what.
But, yeah, some of these guys trying to take care of tires and run fast at the same time, and that is not a struggle I want to have.
No, it is. It's as a driver, again, it's kind of counterintuitive. You just want to go fast, and you don't really want to think about the tire wear. And unfortunately, again, we said it multiple times. It's very unpredictable. There really isn't a lot of rhyme or reason to why the tires wear as bad as they do. So, for some guys to pick it up right away, it's a little difficult, and some guys have it mastered.
Yeah, 3, 3, and 4. You see TJ Bartell already on the high side. You got the 33 and the 19 on the low side. You got the 67 of Wallace back there behind them. Just really trying to find somewhere to go at this point. Everybody's trying to, you want to use the fresh tires when you got them, but you don't want to abuse them. And walking that tightrope sometimes is very tough.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I mean, I'm looking too. We almost had a three wide situation with Josh Johnson, Wayne Grassi, and the 12 and Nick Dugan, and that kind of shaked out. And I don't know. If I was out there, I'd just be kind of laying back, especially if I was already kind of in the back of the pack. I'd just kind of just chill out and let this run go. Especially too with a short pit window. I'm curious to know. Maybe we might actually have somebody come in for a two tire stop here after the stage, opposed to just trying to get it done in one.
Or shorten it up, like you said, shorten it up for two stops. I don't know. I don't know what these guys are going to do. I'm sure everybody's kind of working it out in their head, trying to figure that out as well. And yeah, we're watching this kind of hornet's nest right here with the 66, the 33, on back with the 20, the 19, the 7, the 67, all these guys on top of each other.
Well, looking back too, as far as lap times go, there was only about a second of fall off for that first run for a lot of the drivers. Um, now I'm sure the cars are handling a lot worse, but yeah, that's going to be one of those deals. If your car is so unbearable, you might want to double stop it towards the end of this. And I don't know if that's going to help you, but there is that potential that you might be able to at least get a better finish.
They were just three wide through 3 and 4, the 7, the 67, and the 20. The 20 tried to make a move on the high side of the 66, and the 66 kind of pinched him off there off turn 2, kind of checked him up and caused that 3 wide situation. So just watching some of these guys, some are running a little bit harder, a little more aggressive than some of the others.
Yeah, and they've only got about 10 laps now after the stage here, and I don't know, be a little bit spicy right now. Although I'm looking, we got Daniel Simmons leading this pack right now, and Jamie Knopp in third. We just talked about that team kind of creeping up in the back halves of these races to kind of show their hand, and the two of them are looking really good right now. Are they burning up their stuff though? That's going to be the bigger picture at the end of the day.
Apparently, we had a small issue with the 42 of Dave Nestor coming off track. Let's see what this is coming through 3 and 4. Looks like he is just a little loose through the grass, cutting the grass and back on track. Nice save. I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
Yeah, that's and it's not so bad here.
3
on the
wide for second. 3 wide for second. Sorry, Tony. Nathan Biggert, Jamie Knopf, and Jeff Chandler 3 wide down the backstretch and heading off into 3. This should be interesting here.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have made that move this early still. I mean, to me, this is still pretty early in the race. Jamie Knopp does get that spot over Nathan Biggert. And, yeah, everybody gave each other enough room, so worked out all right.
That was an impressive move on the outside for 48 Knopf. And, yeah, he's one of those guys. He's not going to lay back. He gets tired of these tire-saving stuff, for sure. I mean, I've talked to him before. Now we're going to – no, I thought we were going to try it again. But looks like TJ no, that was Ben Tracy thinks better of it. And now you got Tracy Motorsports up front with Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf. And now here comes Jeff Chandler on the outside. Oh, Jeff is sideways.
Yeah, Jeff looked like he was getting a little impatient there, and he wanted to make that move. But, yeah, it kind of, he got a little slipped up. It didn't exactly work for him. He's going to have to remember, save them tires. I mean, this kind of burned him last round, or at least the opening stage. But he wants that lap led again, and he wants to be leading this field. He is on the bumper right now of Daniel Simmons, and looks like he's going to make that pass. He's just waiting. I think he's waiting for that high line to open, and it's open.
There you go. Pay window, well, the high line's open. Pay window's not open yet. The high line is. He's going to take the high line, take the lead here. Jeff Chandler to the front to 31 over Daniel Simmons. And just like that, we've got a new guy out front. The Tracy Motorsports guys I was just talking about have succumbed to Jeff Chandler, who's going to lead the pack.
Yeah, but the fact that the LA guys are up there now, too. I mean, you remember we got Ben Tracy in that mix, too. I mean, they got 3 of the top 5 spots at the time. But Ben Tracy, we saw him kind of, lay back. He's just kind of hanging on to Nathan Biggert bumper right now. And I don't know. He might be, Nathan Bumper.
We're going to rename him now Nathan Bummer. They're 3 wide again through 1 and 2. Wayne Grassi, the 19 of Richie Coy, the 66. Shane Perry, sorry again for interrupting you there, but man, they all of a sudden it seems like somebody checks up and they just back everybody up and they end up 3 wide.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's no worries, but yeah. Richie made that outside pass, got in front of Ben Tracy, so now Richie's in fifth. Ben is, we got Sherwood Willifer in the grass. He looks like he's staying straight, though.
He does hang on to it. He's going to he's going to jump some more through the grass and keeps going. Keeps the car pointed in the right direction, but man, that was quite a ride through the grass.
And it's when you're just trying to hang on to it. At least you didn't spin. Although you're probably hoping you did spin and bring out a caution when something like that happens. But no harm, no foul for anybody in the field. Unfortunately, Sherwood's going to have some work to do to kind of catch back up.
Everybody hanging around here. We're just watching this group of cars.
Yeah, and some of the guys that I'm looking at Wayne Grossi right now. He's kind of sitting here he's up in the top 6th or 7th right now.
Some of these guys, they decided to, hey, I'm tired of riding. We're going to race, and so
Right.
We'll see if it bites them because you kind of screwed either way, I guess. But it looks like some of these guys just decided they want to have some fun. Is really what it looks like.
Right, and that's always good to do because you got another stop coming. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Again, I've talked about it before. As a driver, what do you do?
Unless some of these guys maybe on a different strategy are going to pit twice instead of once.
Well, and that's very true too with the tight fuel window that we do have. If it were me out there, I probably would do that double tire strategy just because you're going to get a little bit more comfortable car, at least just to finish the race. But if you can save the tire though, you're better off staying out. But how do you even know if you're saving the tire or not?
I probably would just because A, I don't like riding around because that's not racing, and B, my tires probably wouldn't last a fuel run. So I'd be kind of forced into that anyway. But I definitely want to do that to maybe have some more fun.
Right, for sure, and it'd be cool to know of with some of the tire wear on some of these guys. Maybe iRacing will eventually give us an update. Where
you see the 66 again close the door on the 20. That's the second time that I've caught it. That's got to be getting a little old.
Yeah, he's kind of like running the middle lane, and he's like, I don't want anybody coming low. I don't want anybody coming high. He's like, I'm just trying out here to save my tires so I can make a run towards the end here. But I'm looking. Jeff Chandler, he's got a 1.3 second lead right now over second place at Daniel Simmons. And we saw it in the first stage where everybody eventually kind of caught up to him, and it's happened to pretty much every leader we've had. We've had Colby lead, and we had Richie lead, and we had Nathan lead. We had a lot of these guys, up in front for a little while. They burn up their stuff, then they fall back. The only one that really did show their hand as far as being able to have the speed and save the tires was Nathan Bigger, who's in 4th right now, and as I speak, he's in 3rd and looking to go for 2nd. So I mean, it's somebody, or maybe himself in his little ear, just said it's time to go now, because he is going.
You got Daniel Simmons, Nathan Biggert there for 2nd and 3rd. Jamie Knopf in 4th. Meanwhile, Jeff Chandler continues to lead. He's got about an 0.8 of a second lead there as you see him in the distance, and just trying to run away once again.
Yeah, and he's actually kind of fell off a little bit since just from a lap or two ago. So and then. I'm looking at the fight for second place right now. Daniel Simmons and Nathan Biggert actually swap positions. Nathan's on the inside now. So we're going to have to see who's going to have the stronger car. I mean, to me, the outside is where you want to be. But does Nathan got the car down low to get it done?
It looks like the outside. Yeah, the outside is definitely where you want to be. It seems like in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you can kind of get away with the bottom and kind of hang a little bit. But as these tires age more and more, though, these guys are going to start moving up even more, and you may even see a top lane being the dominant lane here, all the way around the track.
Yeah, and they are catching Jeff like he's got a parachute on his back. It just kind of shows you he got out a little too early, a little too quick. It looks like he's kind of paying for it now. I don't foreseeably see him in the lead anymore after a few laps. So Daniel Simmons is coming.
Yeah, on board with the 06 of Simmons. Running in 2nd here, starting to run down the leader. Jeff Chandler in his sights. Through 3 and 4, he's still choosing to run the bottom. Both these guys are running the bottom, but not the very bottom. You see that there's a little bit of space at the bottom. I've talked to some of the guys say if you run the very bottom, it shoots you way up the track coming off the corner, so they may be avoiding that.
Yeah, it's it's very possible that they're doing just that. And I mean, I'm kind of going a little bit further back too. We got Richie Coy in fifth place right now. He's actually looking pretty strong, starting to make a move on to Jamie Knopp. Ben Tracy's just kind of hanging out behind Richie right now, and I guarantee you Ben's kind of saving stuff. I can only imagine too they're going to be coming in around lap 105, 100 to 105, maybe even 110, somewhere in that range. So they still got a long way to go for tire.
Ben looked good on that first run, man. He kind of come up through the field there at the very end of the run. This run may be a little bit longer than that, so it may even benefit him there. But he is sixth spot right now, and Shane Parrish is in ninth spot right now. So with those guys saving tires, they've kind of fallen way back. They're going to have to make some passes to even make up the ground up on the leader at this point. So I kind of wonder if this was maybe a little too much. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out, though.
Yeah, both are going to be a pretty good story too, because you know they're obviously both trying to save their stuff, and Shane being almost how far back is Shane from even Ben right now? He's almost at 2.5 seconds away from Ben. So you know Shane's obviously going to have a lot more work to do, but if he's really saving a lot of them tires, it's going to pay dividends towards towards the end of this run here. And we still got, what, 20, maybe 30 laps? Well, I shouldn't say 20, but, you know, around 30 more laps to go before we do actually start seeing some sort of pit stop. So they still got a lot of tire saving to go, but they got to keep it going straight. And I kind of like where Ben's at right now. I think Ben's probably in the catbird seat right now.
You see Daniel Simmons fighting for the lead off turn 2. He will take it going into turn 3. So Simmons back to the front past Chandler to retake the lead here.
Yeah, Daniel's looking pretty good too. His car looks pretty clean and straight. I don't know what they're doing as far as tire savings goes, but they're still looking pretty strong out there. You know, both of those LA, the other, LA Motorsport drivers.
Nathan Biggert going to the high side to go around his teammate Jeff Chandler, and will do so down the backstretch. So Chandler to third, Nathan Biggert up to second, chasing Daniel Simmons at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at some of the other drivers. We saw Sherwood Williford a little earlier take that spin through the infield. He's worked his way back up to 16th, just got past Ryan Hedrick right now, trying to catch up his older teammate Lane Allen, who we haven't actually talked to at all today, or talked about yet. And he's just kind of hanging out in the back. He's hanging out with Colby right now, looking like he's about ready to pass Colby.
Oh! Almost contact between the two.
Yeah, they were very close. Yeah, but yeah, it looks like he's going to get it done. And Colby, unfortunately, despite leading laps early on, he is just not having found a handle on that car tonight. And maybe he's being tricky and saving some stuff. We don't know, but they got a little dogfight him and Lane right now.
Yeah, in front of them, you got Wayne Grossi. He's dropped back to 13th after running in the top 10. Some handling issues there as well. You got Brian Dublé in front of him, and teammate Joshua Johnson and James Wallace in front of those guys, running 10th, 11th, and 12th right now for Boomerang Motorsports.
Yeah, the three of them are kind of just hanging out in the mid-pack, just trying to hang in there. We know this track is pretty tough. I know Shane Parrish was back there a little while ago, but Shane has made a move on Nick Dugan, and he's starting to work. He's actually going by TJ Bartella as we speak. So Shane Parrish, who we thought was saving some tire now, is starting to make his way through the field.
Yeah, he's currently P7. He's still got a ways to go. He's still 3.7 seconds behind our leader. So,
right, but he's right behind Ben Tracy now. So let's see who's going to go first.
Richie Coy's right behind Ben Tracy.
Oh, so Ben Tracy must have just passed Richie. Yeah, looks like he did. So Ben's like, it's time to go. Shane Parrish is in the same boat. Time to go. And Nathan Biggert takes over the lead, and I guess we're going to eventually see him go. It is time to go now for these guys.
The tires have woken up for those guys and went to sleep for some others, and this is kind of the changeover point where you're going to see the guys that have taken care of tires and got the setups where the tires will hang on will start to excel, and some of the other guys will fall back a little bit.
Well, with Daniel and Jamie still hanging up there in the top five, it's going to be interesting to see how much further they're going to be able to, either A, keep their positions, or B, maybe even start making up a little bit on Jeff Chandler, or even maybe have something for Nathan Biggert. But the two of them, they've been looking really strong so far in the second half of the race, and yeah, it's we'll see. I guess we'll see. So
Well,
far, so good though.
you have to remember too, Ben Tracy that looked good on the long run there at the end. His teammates Jamie Knopf and Daniel Simmons are now up there. They're all probably running the same thing. So again, you see Daniel Simmons starting to inch back in on Nathan. If they've got what Ben's got, we could see a dogfight here for sure, because this guy's, or at least Ben, looked really good there towards the end of the run.
Yes, he did, but even though through the second part of the race here, Ben's been kind of laying back. Jamie and Daniel kind of worked their way up to the front early on. So, and we know the two of them, they have the skill to do that and do it, successfully. Let's just see if they can hang on. Maybe they're just better tire savers even than Ben Tracy.
Jamie Knopf moves to third spot, so he's going to take over third from Jeff Chandler. Ben Tracy in fifth. We'll see what they can do against the beast mode guys of Nathan Biggert, Jeff Chandler, and Shane Parrish. Although Richie Coy is now in sixth, in front of Parrish. I think he just fell back behind Ben.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ben now too. Ben's getting ready to pass Jeff. He's getting there. He's getting a little closer, and Richie Coy's kind of hanging on. Maybe he did save a little extra tire this round, and he's not falling back as bad as he did the first stage.
I mean, we talk about sharp. We talk about teams, but looking at teams, you've got Beast Mode, Tracy, Beast Mode, Tracy, Fury, Beast Mode in the top 7. So the teams that haven't figured out are kind of working well tonight. Looks like those are going to be the ones that kind of fight it out.
Now it's Team Tracy, but in the chat here it says LA Motorsports. So which one is
it? In the chat.
In our Discord chat, it says LA Motorsports.
Yeah, they've actually combined under one roof.
Okay.
Sherwood Williford had it. We got a caution. Sherwood Williford has had some issues, and that's going to bring out our first caution for incident tonight with the 5 of Sherwood Williford. Let's see what happens. Battling with Colby Meese, and they get loose off the corner, and they get together, and both of them into the wall. Man.
Yeah, I don't think they both seemed to get loose at the exact same time, and then they both kind of collided. Unfortunately, Sherwood got the heavy part of the wall, and just towed it right to the pits.
It probably took him out of his misery. Was not having a good night tonight. Williford was not, and that wreck right there would pretty much seal his fate for the night.
Well, but here's the takeaway. We're at lap 83 right now, and that would have been this is about the time you would have came in for that first stop if you were looking to do that two stop towards after for the second half of this race. So these guys. So
what you're saying is it's one stop from here to the end for everybody.
Well, now it is, yeah. But I don't think anybody was planning on that 2-tire stop, is what I'm saying, unless they were looking to come in within a lap or two. But everybody's got the thing. It looks like Colby Meese, he disconnected. He went to the pits. He's done for the night. So we got 3 guys out of the race at this time.
Watching the battle off. Nathan Biggert will get it easy. The 48 will come off second. The 06 third. Jeff Chandler fourth. Ben Tracy fifth.
Yeah, not too much of a big shakeup here, but this is going to be the time. Some of those guys probably really wanted to stay green. They looked like they were saving tires, but then a couple of the other guys are probably like, yeah, this actually works out better. Put everybody on equal tire again, and let's go for round 2. At least you don't have to make that one set of tires, or at least the next 2 sets of tires, you don't have to make them last. So the split up does help a lot of these guys.
Let's see if we can talk to one of the guys involved in that incident, Colby Meese. Colby, what happened there out there with that accident?
To be completely honest with you, I don't know. I got tied off the corner. Sherwood got loose. I was aiming towards the bottom of the track, and next thing I know, he's on my doors. Or door numbers, I should say.
Yeah, looks like it was a handful out there tonight. You did lead some laps early, but looks like the handling kind of went away there towards the end of the run.
Man, I had a rocket ship. Issue is there was no indication of the tires actually falling off of the race car. I mean, I let Richie pass me, and next thing I know, next lap, it's just it feels like I'm riding around on the rim. You know, there was no indication. It felt fine, and then gone. Nothing.
Well, you did get some laps led, got out there on the thing. Tough break for the night, but we'll see you next week. Glad you're okay.
Thank you. Night, guys.
There's the 9 of Kobe Meese.
Yeah, we have to say glad he's okay because he has fallen out of his chair.
True. Very, very good point.
But yeah, it looks like we're going to have a Nathan Bigger, Jamie Knopp front row here for the second stage. Daniel Simmons, Jeff Chandler in row 2, and I don't know, these Tracy Motorsport guys. They're showing their hand tonight. Not saying that they haven't before, but they might have something for these beast mode guys tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely look strong tonight for sure. I think it's going to be your battle, beast mode versus Tracy. As we see the green flag come out, Nathan Bicker gets another great restart, and we're back under green here at Atlanta lap 87.
Now, is it a great restart, or some of these other guys are just like, we're just going to react? I mean, now would be the time, right?
Listen, I can tell you, it's tough to restart here. They're probably being kind of careful because we saw in the truck race how easy it is to wreck on a restart with the tires spinning off.
Well, true. And I mean, we did have quite a bit of. A lot of the guys were on older tires at that point too. But still, yeah, it's. I'm sure it could be just as hairy, especially in these cars.
You see Jamie Knopf starting to work on the back bumper of Nathan Bigger. Jamie, before we've talked to him several times, he doesn't like riding around. He likes to make it interesting. He likes to make it fun. You see the 66 touched the wall off turn 2 there.
Yeah, he was making that pass on Richie Coy. Got a little piece of that wall. Not too bad. I mean, we've seen him tap the wall here and there quite a bit, and he must tap it in the right spot because he just never seems to get too much damage out of it, unless when he's hitting the barrels. And I hate to bring it up, but just
Yeah, it happens. But he's rebounded nicely, and again got that win at Darlington. Not a playoff driver, but looking to add to his win total for sure.
Yeah, well, he's got a strong car tonight, and I mean, he's right behind Ben Tracy. I mean, the two of them are the tire misers for the night, as far as I'm concerned. And we'll see what they're going to be able to do. Apparently, neither one are really laying back too much, though, at this point. I mean, I assume, too, we went back to green about lap 84, 85, so we got 160-something or other, so they're going to have, 35-lap, 40-lap run, too, if we stay green. So these guys might be like, well, maybe we don't need to save as much this time around, so let's get a little spicy.
Yeah, lap 90 here with 163 in the books. And you're right. It's going to be interesting. You got kind of options where you can pit now. And Tony, by the way, we got a special shout out for you in the chat. I'm sure you saw that.
I did. No. Who do we got chatting for me now?
Well, it might be somebody you know.
Hey, it's somebody I know. What's up, Ma? She finally figured out how to type chat. Now we won't get her to stop.
Oh no.
Watch out, Doyle. She might have more posts than you do.
We have chat wars. Just watching these guys work around. I know everybody's single filed out, I'm sure, trying to take care of their tires. And man, I'm tired of talking about tires. Where we go next week, Watkins Glen, we won't have to worry about tires. We won't talk about tires next week.
Yeah, we won't have to worry about tires. And
they won't either.
And maybe we should let the audience know I may actually be participating in the Watkins Glen race next week, and
we might have a special guest.
Right, a special guest presenter, broadcaster for next week. So stay tuned for that, and you might see me, run in the grass or crash or do something at Watkins.
Yeah, we definitely will talk about you. We may even talk to you during the race.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I haven't had a lot of luck at the Glen lately, but we'll see. It is a favorite track of mine. I do like the place, and I couldn't miss it this year. It's kind of one of those things.
Well, you might second guess that after getting out there in this car, but
Eh,
we'll see. As we see the battle starting to heat up for the lead, Jamie Knopf has run down Nathan Biggert. Going to look to the inside into turn 3.
yeah, I mean, Jamie kind of, he held back a little bit, but now he's kind of running strong again. And I mean, it's just one of those things where is he gonna burn up his stuff? I mean, we've seen Nate, take that late lead and be able to kind of drive away and kind of even just hold the spot and then start really gaining on it. So Nate's probably not going to fight him too much and just kind of do his thing that he's been doing. And Jamie's really got to go on offense here and see what he can do. And even his teammate Daniel right behind him, he's the two of them, they just got to almost play that game, that tire game, and see if they got anything for beast mode. Jeff Chandler looks like though he is holding back a little bit. I mean, we've seen him take that quick run up, get that lead. He's kind of hanging out, so maybe he's learned a little bit. Just to kind of lay back a little bit, let these tires come to him. So hopefully, maybe we'll see Jeff, in the top 3, maybe by the end of this.
On board with the 31 machine, Jeff Chandler. See, he's running the very bottom lane, painting out a line. That's the Kevin Harvick line they used to call down here.
Yeah, that is. I could not run that in the truck race. That low just was not working.
Everybody kind of graduating towards the high line here. A lot of times you hear a lot of these guys talk about if you run the high line too early, you heat up the right rear, which makes the car loose. And I wonder if that's going to play into effect as well too. You run the bottom, you burn the right front off. You burn the top. You run the top, you burn the right rear off.
That must be why a lot of people are running in the middle, right? Or no?
Well, you burn the middle tire off.
Yeah. Or maybe you burn them both off equally.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they are running the middle lane through 1 and 2.
Yeah, some of them are for sure. And I'm kind of looking too. You go back. Behind Jeff Chandler, you've got Shane Parrish, you got Ben Tracy, you got Richie Coy. The 3 of them kind of just stacked, and the 3 of them just kind of look like they're just kind of chilling. They're not really pushing. We know, Shane Parrish probably has the car under him to catch Jeff if he wanted to. But he knows this isn't the time to go just yet. And I bet you within another 10, maybe 15 laps, we're going to see these guys really start going. You're going to see he'll say, okay, I'm going to put the hammer down, and we'll see some passes. But right now, I think everybody's kind of playing nice. They're still just kind of letting these tires just kind of ease.
You got to remember, we still got 64 laps to go here. Oh, you see somebody in the wall up here. Who is this? Maybe not. Maybe I missed that. Looked like somebody was in the wall.
Yeah, my most exciting on the iRacing thing right now. It doesn't seem like it's cooperating, so I haven't seen anything that jumped out at me, or at least a camera change or anything.
You know what
Yeah,
just jumped out at me? Is cloud cover just came over the track, and that's going to change the track dramatically here at Atlanta. So we're due for a change, especially down the back stretch into 3, but there's a little sunlight down the front stretch. Yeah, it's going to change the track a little bit for these guys.
Yeah, and you can really see it too. It's quite a bit darker down the back straight than it is in the front straight, and that's gonna definitely mess with turns 2 and 3 for some of these guys, and hopefully for the better for some of them.
Guess what we missed? Daniel Simmons is retaking the lead over Nathan Biggert. So Daniel Simmons to the front. Once again, this is the second time we've missed his pass. I'm going to see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, I know he was knocking on the door there. He got by Jamie Knopp a little while ago, and just kind of pulled right ahead. But this is something we've seen though too, and then Nathan Biggert, eventually kind of regains that lead towards the end of the run here. But Daniel, this is his first time out there, or second time out there now, leading this pack, and I'll tell you, these Tracy Motorsport guys, they got their stuff together. They're looking really good. They just gotta, manage them tires and just stay out there.
Look like really stable, really consistent set, whatever they're running, and doing a really good job taking care of the tires, like you said. Yeah, we'll see if they can hang on. They definitely are putting the challenge to beast mode for sure.
Yes, I mean, it's definitely not a runaway for anybody at beast mode tonight, especially with the Tracy team. in the play. And right now, yeah, I mean, we've got Ben Tracy is in 6, so all 3 of those members are in the top 6. And then you've got the beast mode. All 3 of them are also in the top 6. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting race. You got 3 and 3, 2 teams.
You got Simmons, Biggert, Knopf, Chandler, Parrish, Tracy, your top 6, with Coy 7th. Bartel running 8th. TJ's one guy we haven't talked about much. He loves these high sides at some of these worn out tracks for sure, and he's using it very well with Joshua Johnson and Nick Dugan rounding out your top 10. He's leading that group there, kind of a breakaway from 1st to 7th.
Yeah, and TJ, he's one of those guys we talk about a lot as being, the tire miser. He knows how to save tires, and he knows how to do. It doesn't look like he has the car that some of these other teams have tonight, but that tire saving and that knowledge that he has and the skill behind the wheel is enough to keep him in the top 10 tonight. Possibly even the top 5 by the end of this. He always kind of sneaks up there towards the end, and a decent long run for him is what he loves, what he craves. So we'll see where he's at towards the end of this.
So I'm going to put you on the spot, Tony. What do you think these guys are going to pit? When would, if you were going to pit, when would you pit here?
It would definitely be probably, I would have split up that last run. And like I said, I believe we went back to green about lap 84, 85. So that really gives you about almost an actual, 80 laps to go. So really, you're almost, you break the entire race up into fourths. And so I'm thinking, I know I probably could have gave you a quicker answer, but I'm guessing around 120, 125, somewhere in there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that sounds good to me. We'll see if these guys will take your advice.
I mean, some of these guys, to me, if you can save your tire more, I would be on the latter end of that. But, the way these tires wear, you really don't want to be the first team in. You kind of want to stay out as long as possible, especially, too, if you have decent tire wear and, maybe you're still making some ground, while other guys are still out on the track. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You want to have the tire towards the end of the race, and, especially, too, if you get a late caution or whatnot.
So I'm looking at the times, too, and trying to see how much tire fall off there is. The best lap by Daniel Simmons is the 30.8. His last lap was a 30.7. So about a second fall off right now, and we're about 30 laps into a run.
Yeah, and that kind of checks out. I mean, especially, too, after our first stage. That's about what we were seeing. Wow, TJ just actually got a little kiss of that wall there, right there. He got a little loose, kissed that wall, and lost the spot to James Wallace and Nick Dugan as well. So, and he's kind of fallen back. Joshua Johnson, who we haven't actually talked about at all tonight, he kind of goes right back to TJ right now. So TJ not having the car he wants, but again, he's still got a lot of time to go to make up some of this stuff, and we know he likes to save the tires.
Joshua Johnson is one of the playoff drivers that come in below the line trying to gain some points and make a run through the playoffs. He needs these points. I mean, you see him get the wall a little bit going into turn 3.
Yeah, he needs the points, and he just needs to have a good finish. With the low car number we got, I mean, I should say it's an extremely low car number, but it's a little bit of an advantage, just to stand ahead of some of these other drivers.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Caution.
Who is that? Jamie Knopf involved. Who is the other slow car? Is that Jeff Chandler? Jeff Chandler involved as well. A couple of your playoff drivers.
Yeah, I'm going back to try and see what I see. I know Shane Parrish had a bit of a connection issue, but he looks solid now.
Contact between Shane Parrish and Jamie Knopf, and it collected Jeff Chandler. Let's go back and look at that. Off the corner, contact between the 48 and the 66. And the 66 loses control, and the 48 loses control and collects the 31. Wow, I'd like to see what led up to that.
They were running door to door. Yeah, Jamie was on the high side. He looked like it just got a little bit loose, and then that wonderful code thing we always talk about kind of sucked them together, and yeah, that's. I mean, Jeff Chandler was kind of innocent bystander, and man, Jamie.
Looks like Shane was kind of running him out of room coming off the corner there. There wasn't much room left off the exit of 4 there.
There was, yeah, it was a little too close for comfort. I ain't gonna lie to you there, and man, that's bad news for Jamie. Jamie's having a great run tonight too, as well, and kind of sad to see that happen.
Running him tight through 1 and 2. I mean, through 3 and 4. Looks like the 66 starts getting a little tight off the corner. Just very close racing. It looks like the 48 does get loose and then gets into the 66 and then collects the 31. Man, you talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. At 31, he can find where you don't want to be.
Yes, I know. We kind of seem to talk about him just about every week where there's just a little issue, or he's not in the right spot at the right time, and he's been having a lot of bad luck. He doesn't look too horribly damaged though, so he'll probably be okay. Jamie Knopp's kind of in the pit. He is missing a right fender, but we'll see if he gets back out there. I mean, he's got a strong car. I know he's in the playoffs. Hopefully it didn't ruin his night. At least he can recover a little bit from that. But now this kind of changes everything, because now we got about, what, 50-something laps? 51 laps, I think, left to go.
That's right there at the limit of the fuel, isn't it?
It's going to be close for some of these guys as far as fuel goes, for sure. But, this may potentially be our longest tire run, too. So it's really going to see who's got the most hair on their chest to keep these tires under them for the rest of this. Presuming we do not have another caution, that is. So, although things might get spicy, and we might see, another one of these side-by-side, little accidents here. So anything can happen.
I'll tell you what, everybody did a good job as far as behind the 31 to avoid him spinning back on track leading into turn 1 on that accident. So I got to give those guys kudos. They were able to kind of split him and avoid that being an even bigger mess. So good job by everybody. That sucks for Jamie Knopf, though. He's going to take a hit in the points. Jeff Chandler as well. We'll see how much damage the 66 of Parrish has, but it looks like he got away with that fairly unscathed.
Yeah, Jamie Knopp's still in the pit. Who knows if he had a meatball? He does have quite a bit of right front damage. So
he went in there, that right front. Yeah, he went in there deep. So
yeah, he's definitely down a lap now. He might be out for the rest of this race, which is going to be a huge hit to him in his points for this week. So sad too. I mean, had a nice top 5 car the whole night too, and just yeah, that's what happens though. That's racing, I guess they say.
Well, you got guys out there that are willing to take risks a little bit more than others. Racing a different way, different mindset, different goals, and that kind of complicates things as well. Especially if you're a playoff driver, you're not really trying to take that much risk, and some of the guys are throwing caution to the wind and racing hard, and it's kind of what you get with a mix of. That's what you get with the playoffs. To be honest with you, that's what you get with a mix of mindsets and goals out there.
Yeah, true. And I believe we got the lights off on the pace car, because I'm looking. All right, because I'm looking. We got Nathan Biggert and Jeff Chandler at the back of the pack right now.
Let's see that as well. I know Jeff was probably repairing damage. I'm not sure what Nathan's back there for.
Saving tires.
Maybe came in and topped off on fuel.
It's possible. I'll have to go back and see what he actually did.
Well, we're rolling through 3 and 4, getting ready for the restart. Waiting for the pace car to pull off. And he does so. Leading the field is going to be the 06 of Daniel Simmons. Ben Tracy, a teammate to the outside. Shane Parrish in third. In the restart zone, green flag's out, and we are back underway here at Atlanta. Lap 116 of 162. Sorry, 163.
Actually, going back, it looked like Nathan got himself a speeding penalty. Now, whether he did that purposely or not, that's another question altogether.
I don't think you want to be back there, honestly, at all. You don't want to be back there.
You probably don't, but if you know you got a long fuel run to go, that might not be a bad strategy to, kind of stay back there and, save your stuff. But, it is risky as well. So it's a toss up. Some guys will do it just to do it. I know I've probably done it once. Looking out front, Daniel Simmons. He's got a nice lead over his teammate Ben Tracy, and we got Shane Parrish in third, Richie Coy in fourth, and it's going to be our longest run of the night. And then sneaking into fifth place right now, we got James Wallace running on the high side right now. He's fighting for the fifth place right now, but I believe he's going to have it at the end of this lap.
Yep, Wallace is going to pull into fifth. Teammate back there, the 37 and the 57 behind him. Between those guys, there's the 12 and Nick Dugan. We've mentioned him a couple times. He's running very close through 1 and 2, running up the track a little bit.
Yeah, and I forget he's another teammate of the LA Tracy Motorsport.
Oh, right.
So he kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but yeah, he's another member of the team, and he's probably got a good setup under him, and he just needs to. I think everybody right now, they just got to take it easy. If this stays green, you're going to be doing 50-something laps on these tires. You're going to do a full fuel run.
Here comes the 66.
You're going to need them tires.
Of Shane Parrish around our leader. He's going to take the lead. Shane Parrish to the point in the 66. Daniel Simmons falls to second. Richie Coy up to third.
Yeah, and this is kind of an odd move on Shane. We've kind of seen him lay back quite a bit, and now he's like, oh, I'm going. So we're going to have to see how this plays out towards the end of this race. Apparently he didn't have too much damage. He was able to stay up in front after that little incident with him and Jamie. But, he's up in front right now leading this thing. And James Wallace kind of on a tear. He just gets by Ben Tracy. And Joshua Johnson fighting for fifth on the outside right now, Ben Tracy as well. So we got Boomerang now in the picture as a top 5.
Yeah, we talked about the 57 points for the playoffs. He's doing exactly that now, moving forward. And we got a battle for second, third. I don't know, somewhere in that. We got quite a battle here for the second, third, fourth, fifth, and now it's going to involve the lead as well.
Man, this is jalapeno spicy right now. Everything going crazy, or should I say pepper flakes or Vietnamese peppers or something like that.
Well, the good news is next week we can kind of calm our stomachs with the guest announcer that we got coming in. I won't say any names, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, I almost gave it away, but yes,
yes,
I
you did.
Say it. If you were paying attention, you might have got it. But Josh Johnson on his way for fourth place right now on the outside of Daniel Simmons. I love the strategy. I love seeing him come up here. Actually, he's running for third right now. I love the strategy, but I just kind of feel like it's a little too early. You do not want to pop your load, I guess.
Oh my God.
That soon. It seems like a dangerous strategy, especially we got over 40 laps to go here.
It is dangerous.
It is. Next week might be a little safer. For whom we still have the episode. But looking at Mr. I got a pit road speeding penalty as well. Nathan Biggert, he's already back up to sixth place right now.
It's kind of, sixth now, yeah.
Yeah, he. I know it was kind of hard to see where exactly he was because he's just been moving through the field real quick. But yeah, apparently that was not planned. He must have got that speedy on accident, and he's making up for it now. The question is, though, how much is he burning up these tires getting through this field right now?
Well, that was why I said you probably don't want to be back there to see a battle starting to heat up for the lead here. You don't want to be back there because then you have to make all those passes. You need to not lose touch with the leaders. And so he's going to have to use some tire to stay up here. Or to get back up here, actually.
Right, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. And then, somebody else that we haven't, we were talking about who is in fourth right now is TJ Bartel. Still running that high line, and him and James Wallace, they seem like the two of them been connected by the hip the whole race. They've been front to back, side to side the whole race. And he is on the bumper of Joshua Johnson right now.
Who's up to third. Joshua Johnson up to third spot, so really starting to charge towards the front. Good to see a good run out of him. And TJ Bartel will take fourth. James Wallace drops to fifth. Nathan Biggert currently in sixth.
TJ going for that spot under Joshua Johnson right now for third, and he looks like he's almost about to clear him. I assume TJ is going to bounce right up to the top side of the track when he gets there.
And that momentum on the high side, they're not sure, so he's going to leave space for him.
Yep, it's always a good courtesy, and I usually do the same too. You're on the low line, you might be clear, but it's probably not the right move to go back up right. Yeah, things are starting to get a little spicy here, and then I'm looking at Ben Tracy. Ben Tracy he's just kind of chilling back there. He's sitting in 9th place right now, and had some strong earlier couple of runs. He's kind of stuck in the middle of his pack right now, and I think he knows though, because he's there with Daniel Simmons as well. Daniel Simmons being in 7th right now. They both know this is going to be a long run if it stays green. They're going to need to keep these tires under them.
Yeah, they've got time. Wayne Grossi having issues.
Oh, we got the bench, the curse. Ben Tracy and Brian Dublé had a little bit of an issue, and the two of them got into the wall together. That probably killed Ben's night for the night.
We just missed it because we had something happen with Wayne Grossi as well, like a connection issue or something. We'll see what happened to Ben Tracy here coming through.
Got a little loose. Unfortunately, got up into Brian Dublé and really just killed his momentum. Everybody's still going straight though, but definitely not what neither one of them wanted to see.
Let's see if we can pull it up here. 3-3, yeah. Ben gets loose, gets up into the 37, and then spins into the 37. They're stuck down the front stretch, stuck together. It's going to ruin both of their nights. Unfortunately, the 33 looks like he did just get loose.
Yep, just a product of this car, and it's kind of sad too because he looks like he was just kind of chilling, saving them tires, and definitely did not want that to see. But right now we got a battle for the lead. We got Richie Coy and Shane Parrish. Richie on the bottom, Shane on the top. Obviously, Shane's got that outside line for that higher run. Richie almost had him cleared, but I don't know if Shane's going to give up that top lane for Richie to get by. But then you got TJ just licking his chops, sitting in third right back there. And, again, I knew TJ always had it in him, but let's see how much longer he can stay there.
Yeah, Richie's been known to not really favor the running any highline stuff. Talking to him, he's not really a fan of running the top side, so he may have to go off of his preferred line to make this happen.
Well, Richie's going to have to, he's going to have to suck up his pride. And if Shane gives him that outside to make that move, he's going to have to take it. The question is, will Shane give up the outside? But in 4th and 5th, we got Boomerang right now. We got Joshua Johnson, James Wallace, the two of them looking sharp right now in 4th and 5th. And just kind of hanging in there. Yeah, hopefully they didn't burn up their stuff. That's all. That's the only thing you can say about anybody out there. Just don't burn up your stuff.
Joshua up 10 spots tonight from the starting position of 14th. So doing a good job tonight. Getting those positions, getting those points. Doing what he needs to do here.
Yes, he would love for this race to finish right now. I'm pretty sure he'd be very, very ecstatic with the 4th place finish, especially, with the points that he desperately needs. Again, just hopefully he didn't burn up too much stuff getting there, and he's able to kind of keep it going. Although we've got Nathan Bigger now kind of on a run. He's getting by James Wallace for 5th, and he's going to be looking at Josh Johnson next. Josh Johnson goes low, though, kind of gives Nathan that upper line. I mean, the high line is where you need to be.
That was close. There was contact. There had to be contact between those two. Nathan cuts to the bottom and is able to make that pass.
We got Alan Crowell in the grass right now, too.
Just saw that. Front straight. We're going to look back at that. Coming off turn 4. Again, trouble spot, turn 4, into the wall. Shoots down into the grass. It takes a wild ride through the grass.
Yeah, he got a little help from that cushiony wall, and it kind of bounced him right back down. He was able to keep it straight, a little bumpy ride through the grass, but still moving strong.
Jump on board with the 19 of Richie Coy. The Victory Fuel Ford. Good opportunity to remind you to go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Support us, support them, and get a great product in in the meantime as well. Go to drinkvictory.com. Check them out. Great sponsor. Proud sponsor of the FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Well, looking back, we did have Wayne Grossi. Unfortunately, he disconnected. His night's over. But then basically the last guy on the lead lap still is Jeff Chandler. Apparently that accident did kind of hurt him because he has not been able to make up any spots since that restart. So he's just kind of mired at 15th right now and definitely not having the night he wanted.
Here comes Nathan Biggert, though, backed by the 20 of TJ Bartel to take third spot. Maybe. Still side by side for that third position.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but again, how much we know? I bet you TJ has been holding those tires a little stronger than Nathan right now. But Nathan, we know, has got a really quick car under him, and he also knows how to save them tires as well. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But right now, Richie Coy sitting in second place. He has nothing for Shane Parrish, and he just kind of hanging out in his foot tracks right now.
I wonder if he's just riding. He might be saving a little bit of something too.
I think that's the only thing you can do out there is save. You got to save as much as you can.
You may be thinking you're saving. Like, it sounds like when we talked to Colby, it sounds like he thought he was saving, and he wasn't. So you don't really have an indication of whether or not you're saving tires or not. I think it's what his complaint was. And yeah, it's kind of the issue I have too. You feel like you're saving, you feel like you're taking care of tires, and you're still not taking care of tires.
Right. And in my experience, anytime you're passing cars, I feel like I'm not saving. But then anytime I let cars pass me, I feel like I am saving. And at the end of the day, I'm still burning off the same amount of tire. So I don't know. Some of these guys really know. Maybe they know the codes or, the way to do it. But, it truly is kind of an art. I don't know if it's good art. Art is very subjective. So.
Yeah. It's not an art class I really want to be a part of, to be honest with you.
Right,
Lap, we got 26 laps to go. We're getting down to it, Tony. This is going to be a long run to the end again. Right at 50 laps, 51 laps to the end of this race. So it's going to be a full fuel run.
Yeah, and right now too, we're kind of seeing the men from the mice right now. We got Nathan Biggert worked his way up to third right now. He's starting to knock on the door of Richie Coy, who's kind of in second, fall way back from Shane Parrish. Shane Parrish is just driving away right now. Fourth place, though, we've got Daniel Simmons kind of worked his way back up to the into this top 5 group here, and
him and Nathan both kind of worked their way through the field and got back up into the top 5. So those guys kind of been hanging out together, working their way through the field. You see Richie Coy, though, is starting to struggle. He's starting to drive back to these guys for sure. And it's very noticeable at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and in another 10 laps, this could probably get even be more noticeable. We're going to probably see a lot of guys getting a little sloppy and a little slippery and sliding, and we're going to see some big shakeups in this running order. But right now, everything's not too bad. I know some of these guys are probably just, they're like, are we done yet? Can we stop? But, yep, we still got 20 to go.
Right
over 20, a little 22, right?
Nathan Biggert as he takes over that second spot over the 19 of Richie Coy. Here comes the 06 of Daniel Simmons with him as well. Yeah, 22 laps to go.
Yeah, Richie unfortunately had nothing to do. These guys, they were able to save that extra tire, and Nathan running right up against the wall there too, just trying to get that high line, trying to get a run on his teammate there, and I don't know. He's definitely got enough time to catch his teammate. Does he have the speed, coming all the way from really almost last place?
Does he have the tire? Did he save enough tire getting through the field? Because he's kind of been the class of the field tonight as far as speed goes. Can he run down the 66? We'll see. I guess, how quick does he decide to hit that gas and try to make up that time, or is he just going to inch in there and try to take care of tires?
I kind of feel like he's already on it right now. He did gain a little bit on Shane that last lap, and Shane's been kind of running out front, leading this group since this restart too. So Shane has really not had an opportunity to save anything. So yeah, it's just I think it's inevitable. Nathan's going to eventually catch him.
Yeah, he made up some time through 1 and 2, but kind of lost it through 3 and 4 there. So,
Yeah, he did actually just lose a little bit that last lap, but you can see Nathan taking that real high line, just trying to get that momentum, and Shane's kind of running in that middle lane, and Daniel Simmons is basically following Nathan's tracks, and Daniel looks like he's got a strong third-place car at this moment, but does he have anything for Nathan?
looks like Nathan gained a little bit that lap, but seems like Shane's a little bit better through 3 and 4, and Nathan's a little bit better through 1 and 2.
And I mean, and you watch the lines too. I mean, one is at the high end of the racetrack, the other one's at the low end of the racetrack, and yeah, they're definitely not. They're running the same setup most likely, but they are definitely not running the same line.
Now the 66 moves high, and the 01's going to stay low here.
Yeah, no, it's kind of wild to see. Yeah, they're both in the opposite lanes. I mean, you always say too, you don't want to do what the leader's doing, but you know, when you got that much of a ground to catch up, maybe you do want to run into the track, try to hang with it. But Nathan has not really made moves on Shane. Shane's still got that 7/10 lead over him.
Well, when he moved to the high side in 3 and 4, I think it really changed the game. Nathan's got to move up if he's going to want to catch Shane, I believe. He's got to move up through 3 and 4. He's got 16 laps to go here.
Yeah, this from what I'm looking at right now, I mean, Shane actually increased his lead that last lap. Maybe Nathan did kind of burn up some of his stuff getting through his field, because he looks like he's under fire now with Daniel Simmons. Daniel Simmons got a run on him.
Yeah, Daniel's going to look to the high side through 3 and 4. This may wake up the 01, maybe wake up the 06 if he can make that work, and he can't. He loses ground off 3 and 4, so he's going to fall back to third. Can't make that pass on the outside.
Yeah, Daniel got a little loose coming into 4, which is what we've seen. Yeah, just he couldn't get it. He had a great momentum. He was ready for that pass. Got a little loose, so it killed it. He'll have to try it again. He's still got plenty of laps for it. I know Shane's probably looking on his mirror saying, you guys keep doing your thing. I'm just going to keep out here riding around.
Looking back at Nick Dugan in 6th. You got Joshua Johnson in 7th. James Wallace in 8th. Those guys kind of close together, still battling for position. Lane Allen up to 9th. And Ben Tracy falls back to 10th spot after that issue he had with the 37.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we haven't really talked about Lane too much, but it's good to see him. I think this is his highest position he's been in so far the night. Got a nice strong top 10 right now. If he can stay there. Yeah, Ben Tracy, I'm kind of surprised. I was hoping. I mean, we know he had that little incident too. Maybe he had a little damage out of that, but
I'm sure he's got a good bit of damage. So those guys both hit the wall pretty good. So it kind of ruined his night. Yeah.
I'm still watching this battle for second right now, and Daniel Simmons, he looks like he's giving it everything he has. He's just trying to stay in Nathan's draft. Just trying to get that run again like he had earlier, to kind of see if he can slingshot around him. Hopefully he won't get loose this time when it does eventually happen. But Daniel does look a little stronger, though, at this point.
Daniel, the 06 looks a little loose as well. A little looser than the 01 is. Of course, he's the one pushing because he's the one behind. But both these guys are starting to lose ground to the leader, the 66 of Parrish, who's got a 1.2 second lead right now over this battle.
Yeah, he's been just kind of checking out, and he was under fire a little bit from his teammate, but that kind of subsided, and he's just—I don't even think he's looking in his mirror anymore. He's just hitting his marks and going to try and bring this thing home for another 10 laps. That's it. That's all we got. We got 10 to go.
11 to go on the board.
Or 11 to go.
Through 3 and 4, yeah. I don't know. Daniel's giving it everything he has. He kind of touched the wall off the turn 4 last time. Keeps it clean this time, but just you're starting to see Nathan kind of pull away a little bit.
Yeah, there's it's always that struggle too. You know, if you're sitting there, you're thinking, oh, I can get this guy, and then you're like, nope,
Well,
I don't have that tire.
I don't think Daniel fell off. I think Nathan picked it up because he's got 0.8 of a second now to Shane Parrish.
Well, but I think the two, maybe Shane is just finally his tire run's starting to catch up with him too, because I mean, Daniel really hasn't lost too much to Nathan, but the two of them they're definitely catching Shane.
9 laps to go. Yeah, it's 0.8 of a second. Let's see if it comes down any more. The 66 has moved up the track, but he doesn't look like he's got the pace of the 01, who's cutting down even more through 1 and 2. Now about 0.6 of a second.
Looking a little further behind too, we got Richie Coy, who's 4 seconds off the leader right now. I mean, you can see our top 3 are basically within about a second and a half off each other. But then our 4th place car is 4 seconds back, so there's a 3-second gap between 3 and 4 right now, or 2.5 to 3 second gap right now.
Him and TJ Bartell, but yeah, Nathan's definitely starting to catch the 66. Now it's under half a second now. And they are coming up on lap traffic as well. We saw this at Darlington, how lap traffic affected the end of the race. Could we see it yet again here in Atlanta?
Well, it did affect the end of the race, and it kind of affected the end of the race in Shane Parrish's favor. Can that bite Shane this time around? Or, is that karma going to show up again?
Boy, Nate's going to get a good run off turn 2 here, I think. He's going to close right in. Now it's 0.3 of a second, down to 0.2 of a second. He is there. This is going to be a battle to the end.
And they are splitting their teammate 3 wide right there. Wow.
And there is Nate on the back bumper of the 66. Now he's in striking distance. Now we've got a battle for the lead. 6 laps to go to get it done.
Well, I'm watching Daniel Simmons just sitting in 3rd. He is just licking his chops as well, because he has not lost this lead pack, and he is right there in striking distance. One little slip up by either one of the 1st or 2nd place, and Daniel is going to be right there.
Nate's going to go to the bottom. The 66 up high. He's going to pull closer, even closer now on his back bumper as we come to 5 laps to go here at Atlanta.
And this is what Daniel's kind of waiting for, though, as well. Sitting in 3rd, he, like I say, he's right there. He's waiting for these guys to go too wide, because he knows he's going to slow the 2 of them down, and he might be able to. That might be his opportunity. Daniel definitely has a car right now, and we thought he was kind of falling back, but he really isn't. He is hanging right with them, so he might still have a little tire.
He's caught right back up to these guys. Yeah, he may have something. Here we got a battle. The 01 of Bigger to the inside of the 66 of Parrish. This is for the lead. 4 laps to go. The 06 of Simmons pulls up behind the 66 of Parrish. Now goes to the outside.
We might have 3 wide for the lead here.
Oh, here he comes. He comes to the outside. The 06 to the outside. Contact between teammates. The 01 and the 66 that hands the lead to the 06 of Simmons.
Wow. And I mean, I'm not going to kind of rub my shoulder here or pat myself on the back for calling that right there, but I did kind of say that Daniel was kind of waiting for maybe a little bit of mishap between the 2 teammates, and that's exactly what happened, and we got Daniel back to the lead.
They got kind of caught up. 3 laps to go now with Simmons in the lead. Simmons takes that lead 3 wide to the outside. With 4 laps to go now, 3 laps to go, he leads. Now he's got to hold off the 01 of Nathan Biggert.
Wow, that 3 wide move, great timing, great spot. He had that outside line, had the momentum. The 2 guys got it down. And does Daniel have enough now? I mean, he is kind of not in the draft. You can see him. He's getting a little loose. Got a little grass there.
Here goes the 01 to the outside. He gets loose off 4, opens the door for the 01 of Nathan Biggert.
But now we got a lap of traffic. We got Brian Dublé here. This might hurt Nate right now.
As they come off the corner, it's tight.
We had contact between all 3. Wow.
And they're still side by side for the lead as they head off into 3. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go. Daniel's going to do everything he can to hang on here. He's loose. The 01's tight. The 01 got the wall a little bit. They're still side by side. White flag, 1 lap to go here at Atlanta.
And yeah, you can see definitely how loose Daniel is and how tight Nate is. And Nate's got that outer line, though. That's probably going to be the better line. But Daniel's just got to make sure he does not get loose in his corner.
He's hanging. No, Nate's going to get the run off the corner. Daniel's going to go back to the bottom. through 3 and 4, tries to run into track. He's up the track, almost into the 01. Can't hang on. The 01's going to come out of turn 4, take the checkered flag. Nathan Biggert wins here at Atlanta. Wow.
Wow. That was a great last 5 laps. I ain't going to lie to you.
Daniel Simmons comes home second. Shane Parrish third. TJ Bartell comes home fourth. And James Wallace sneaks into a top 5 spot. What a finish.
Wow. And yeah, good job for TJ. Good job for James Wallace. 2 guys that we've talked about early on. 2 of those guys that, they just knock on the door towards the end of the race. And top 5s for both of those. Richie finishes 6th. Joshua Johnson with a good strong night in 7th. Then Nick Dugan, Lane Allen stayed in 9th. Ryan Hendrick rounding out your top 10.
As the 01 comes down to the start-finish line to celebrate. Man, Tony, that was exciting there towards the end. Got exciting with the lap cars. Got exciting with the leaders. 3 wide pass for the lead. Just that was amazing there at the end. A good show of talent from these guys that ran up front as well.
Oh yeah, it was far more exciting than the truck race that we had on Wednesday. It just kind of shows you that old Atlanta still got some spiciness to it, huh?
Absolutely. Looking at our results, again, Nathan Biggert with that win in the playoffs, he's going to advance to the next round, which we thought he might anyway. Adds to his total now, 11 wins on the season. You got Daniel Simmons coming home in second, tried everything he could, short of wrecking the 01. He did everything he could to try to win that race. Shane Parrish in third. TJ Bartell coming home a solid 4th. 5th place for James Wallace. Richie Coy falls to 6th. 7th is going to be the 57 of Joshua Johnson. 8th, Nick Dugan. 9th, Lane Allen. And 10th, Ryan Hedrick. As you look at the rest of the finishers, you got Ben Tracy in 11th. Alan Crowell 12th. Dave Nestor 13th, or Brian Dublé 13th, Dave Nestor's in 14th, 15th, Jeff Chandler after that incident on the front stretch. Jamie Knopf in 16th, 17th is Wayne Grossi, 18th, Colby Meese, 19th, Sherwood Williford, and 20th to, I don't think he ever came out, it's going to be Ryan Belk, or Randy Belk.
Wow. Great race.
Yeah, wow.
Glad I wasn't racing it, but it was fun to watch.
Wow, does it for sure. We're going to head off to our post-race show, sponsored by Victory Fuel. See if we can talk to some of these guys. Let's see if I can grab our 3rd place finisher here, which would be the 66 of Shane Parrish. Comes home 3rd spot. Strong run for sure. Looked like you had it in the bag, Shane, and then maybe the tires fell off just a little too much for you there.
Yeah, it was just I drove too hard, pushing with Richie back there, having fun and trying to keep the lead, keep the fresh air. First time I've been out front all night. There's one good reason this might be a super speedway, but I'll tell you, I'm glad this thing's in the graveyard. This is the track I've always hated the worst. And after this race, this is my final race here. No matter what league it is, I don't care if it's a championship race. I'm never coming back to this place. I've always hated it. And, yeah, that's my hate for it. I'm never coming back. I'm done.
You sound like me after the truck race. That's exactly the way I felt too.
Yeah, the place is just, it's not made for these cars. Back in the Gen 4, I can understand, but this track's just not made for for this particular car right now.
Well, listen, you guys put on a show. It may not be made for it, but man, what a battle at the end. Finish 3 wide pass. Everybody all over the track. Everybody slipping and sliding around. It was sure a show for sure. It may not have the finish that you wanted there, but just talk about, I guess, from your standpoint, the struggles, but the way you had to kind of handle the car through the run there.
Well, like I said, I've never been real good here. This is probably, I'd have to say, my worst track other than road courses. So I won't be here next week because I don't run road courses. So this can't stand road courses. Going through the race, it just was taking it easy, and I just found out I was driving it too easy. Getting it really loose, just wasn't handling right. And then the last run there, just drove too hard. I was having fun staying in front of Richie, and we just, bumped there. When we got 3 wide, I knew, congratulations to Nathan and congratulations to Daniel for your 1st and 2nd place, guys. Great job. But kind of flip-flopping from last week, aren't we? But it just, we went 3 wide. I tried to stay just a little bit lower to hook the line. Nathan came up just a little bit. And once we touched, I was just in the right angle. It got me loose. And after that, I knew I wasn't going to have any chance to catch back up. Um, I had fun the whole race. I mean, for what it is, I hate the track. I had fun for what it was. To get a third place finish for me, here's a win. This is probably the best I've ever finished here. I think I've always been 15th or worst or crashed out. Just not a track for me. So, but I had fun. It was a lot of fun tonight. Don't know what happened between Jamie and I. Um, it looked like I went up a little bit. He came down a little bit there. We got together, caused a caution. I want to apologize to him. Hate to see anybody get taken out or get damaged. We were just racing hard, but again, Jamie, if you have to listen, and I apologize for getting into you and wrecking. And then he went down and took out Jeff, so I apologize to Jeff. And that ended a couple guys' nights. That sucked.
Yeah, so I'm going to pass the mic to Tony. Tony, you got something to add?
Well, so you say you hate Atlanta. So do you like the new Atlanta over this?
I'd rather draft it than this one. Yes, I mean, and I hate the new one because I'm not a draft track fan. I can't stand Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta. But I would much rather run that than this. This course, this track is a graveyard for sure for me, and it's going to stay buried way deep. There ain't enough shovels or machinery to get this thing out again.
And about what time did you realize that your lead was expiring? Because you had a good lead there for a while, but then it was probably about, I don't know, 10 laps or so. Nathan and Daniel both started catching up to you. I mean, it was something that you just felt in the car and just you realized that, yeah, my numbers are done here.
Oh, I knew it when we were talking with 20 to go, and he's like, Nathan's like, the man that hates the race is going to win the race. I said, no, I'm not. I'm running and turning 90 degrees just to try to keep as much as I can between us, to hope that you guys get the race in and I can get the win. But nah, I knew with 20 laps to go, I was done. I could tell by the way the car was feeling. I just overdrove it way too much there at the beginning and way too much there with Richie having fun. I should have just baited it and kept him right behind me and ran a little bit cleaner. Instead of, I'd have saved 5% on the front tire, which I was 10% off, which is horrible. I definitely probably could have pulled it off, but it was still fun. I mean, for what it is, I had a good run, other than getting into a wreck with somebody. But, I don't know what else to say. It was a fun night.
Yeah, you may have not got the win, but you did get a solid finish here at a track that you don't particularly care for. So good, solid run tonight. Congratulations on third place finish. I'll hand you the mic there and let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Well, I want to thank you guys up in the booth. I want to thank everybody that runs the league. You guys do a great job. Love the league. Congratulations again to Nathan on his win. Daniel for second place. That's just a great job, guys. We flip-flopped this week, so that's a lot of fun. And I want to thank Ryko. Ken built this set special for this week for us. I came out first and gave him the wrong weather, and then he built this, and it feels really, really good. I didn't have any practice either. I've been so busy. I just started in here about 8:15 tonight, so I had about 45 minutes practice. But again, I want to thank Ryko, Beast Mode, for you guys and sticking with us and having a good time. Appreciate the Beast Mode, and thank you guys again.
All right, there's your third place finisher tonight. The 66 of Shane Parrish comes out about 2 spots short of a win, but a heck of a finish there at the end. One of the guys that made probably the move of the night, we'll talk to the 06 of Daniel Simmons. Daniel, congratulations on the second place finish. Man, we're going to be talking for a while about that 3-wide move off of turn 2 to grab the lead there. Couldn't hang on, but man, was it exciting.
Yeah, I knew that was kind of my only shot right there. Took it, it worked out, and then slipped coming off a 4, so kind of give it away at that point.
A lot of these guys were talking about how hard this track was to get a grip. Like you were kind of struggling with a little bit of rear end grip there towards the end. But talk about your night, about how the race went, how your preparation went for this race. We talked about how difficult this track is. What led you guys to what you ran, and how did you feel coming into the race?
We felt pretty good. We tested some last week because we knew it was going to be a pretty tough deal. And then coming into it, me and Jamie just was going to start in the rear. We ended up starting about halfway through the pack and kind of riding, taking care of our stuff. And we was quick at the end of that first stage, but it's like we wasn't as quick as we thought we should have been, saving all that much. So it pretty much just went hard from there on out. That last stage, I think it was like 55 laps after that last caution or something like that. We just kind of rode a little bit, and Jamie got caught up into something there. So hate it for him for sure.
Well, congratulations on your second place and Hard Charger Award. So what was that strategy? Starting in the back of the field, and I noticed you and Jamie didn't actually queue. Your teammate Ben did, and you guys. I know after that first stage, you guys kind of showed up, and you didn't go away. So, anything you want to say about that?
It was just the game plan going into it. We thought the tire fall off would be huge, more so than what it was. But I mean, it just didn't seem like it. I mean, whenever we got the fifth or sixth right there, it's like our times kind of mellowed out to where the front runners was. So, I mean, it got us up there. It got us some stage points, but probably wasn't the right move.
Well, Daniel, the whole team looked really strong tonight. You, Ben, and Jamie all running towards the front. Ben looked really good in the first stage. Unfortunately, got caught up in a wreck. So, great job by you. Great job by the team working on the setup. Congratulations again on your second place finish. I'm going to hand you the mic, though, and let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, I just got to thank Jamie and Ben, for testing and coming up with a good set. Thank you guys for putting on the great league. Team Connie for the setups we got to start working on, and congrats to Nate. That was a heck of a battle. So,
absolutely, what a finish! Congratulations again on second, but man, what a show you guys put on, and we'll see you again. Try to do it again next week at Watkins Glen.
All right, thank y'all.
And there's your second place finisher, Tony. And yeah, what a show they put on. But nobody could hold back the 0-1 after having issues there on pit road, falling to the back, working your way through the field. Nate, congratulations. You completed the back to the front challenge.
Yeah, had to earn it tonight, that's for sure. I don't know. That was I don't understand how I did it, but somehow I followed him on the pit road. Dan, I was right on his bumper, but my right front just barely clipped the dumb cone, and it was an unsafe pit entrance. And my heart sunk because the new track position was nice. The car drove so much better when you're up front, and you got to burn up the tires coming through. But luckily, we had the speed to get it done tonight. And what an exciting finish, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say we were going to talk about the finish for sure, but I got to talk to you about coming through the field because I was thinking this, we had the discussion. He's getting back to the front, but is he using too much tire? Is he saving enough tire? That's always kind of the discussion. How hard do you push without pushing too hard and burning the tire off? And it looks like you did it exactly right because with about 10 laps to go, that 66 started getting a little bit bigger in your windshield. And you started running him down. Did you hit the go button at that point, or did he fall off that bad?
I think it was a combination of both, in the sense of I definitely pushed hard coming through the field, and then when I got to fourth or fifth, I tried to calm it down a little bit, but I didn't want them to pull away or anything, so I was still pushing harder than I wanted to, and I did abuse the tires. The right front got hot, it got tight, and I started noticing that I was having a hard time. I was pushing too hard even to just keep up with him. So I started to back it down, let the right front cool off, and just let him pull out. He gained another tenth a lap for about 6 laps. And then that's all you got to do sometimes. It's not always the wear, it's just how hot that tire got. And you just got to give it 5 or 6 laps to cool back down. And then I started a different strategy of, I hadn't touched the brake pedal the whole race. And I started driving it in a little deeper, but also using the brake to help the car turn. And that's really what gave me the speed in the last 10 laps to finally start to run them down and get there. So yeah, there's a lot to it, and you gotta take care of the tires though. This track eats them apart, and it's huge on the strategy. And I'm always good at that. So great track for me.
Well, that got you to the point, but man, those last 5, 7 laps, whatever it was, man, a battle between you guys. You saw the 06 coming. You were trying to pass the 66. Here come the 06 on the outside. What was your thought? That whole battle at the end, and then the 06 almost getting to you there at the end of the race. You're making a last lap pass. Just kind of walk me through what was going through your head when you saw the 06 coming to the outside. You were outside of the 66 catching, and then you guys caught lap cars, and it changed everything.
Yeah, it was wild. Well, the the whole last like 15 laps, me and Shane were talking. He kept saying, "You guys are gonna catch me. I'm pushing too hard. I burned up my right front." And I told him, "Yeah, I think I'll probably get there." In the sense of I was trying to cool him off and have another run at it, but I kept telling him, I was like, "I think the one we got to worry about is Dan." Like when I came up through the field, he just let me by. You know what I mean? And so I know that type of mentality. I've done that before in the sense of he was saving. So he had me worried, and when he wanted to go, he was catching fast. The couple times he tried to pass me earlier on in the run, I tried to run the outside and try to push hard to make him have to use his stuff up a little bit more. But I still knew that he's going to have more tires than us at the end. I wanted to have the outside because I felt like I could go faster and dictate it there, control the air of their car, get them a little loose. But yeah, I did not know actually that he had gotten there that fast. When I ducked down underneath Shane and got side by side with him, I was totally focused on just passing Shane coming out of 2 and had no clue. And I drove right up into Shane actually coming off of 2, not knowing we were 3 wide. And I had to apologize to him for that. Dan had some speed on that outside, and it definitely caught me by surprise. And I thought it was over there once he got out front. But yeah, like you said, lap traffic. Just pushing hard, man. What a great finish! And I know I owe a little bit of an apology to Brian. I know he was going a lap down. He was trying to stay high for us, and I just didn't want Dan using him as a pick. Trying to hold me back. So I definitely did a little bit of an aggressive move and stuffed it in there, making sure I had a lane to get down the backstretch. And apologies for bumping into him there. Just going hard for a win, man. Sorry.
Well, congratulations on another victory this season, and you punch your ticket in. So, are you taking next week off? I mean, we got road course.
No, man. I just hit 4K IR on the road, so I'm ready for next week, man. It's awesome.
Looking forward to Watkins Glen for sure. Looking forward to seeing what you can do next week. Again, kind of a flip flop from last week with you in the 66. Now you're on the good end of the deal with the lap traffic. So again, congratulations on the win here at Atlanta. Punching your ticket in the playoffs for the next 2 weeks. You kind of get to relax, which you probably were already relaxed anyway with your 10 wins. But anyway, you get to have fun the next 2 weeks. And now I'll let you do your thanks and your sponsor plugs.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to you guys, FTSR, all the admins, do everything for us. Come out, have a good time. The great racing tonight, all the drivers doing a great job. I really enjoyed it. Even without the win, man, I knew that the battle for the win at the end was just going to be exciting and fun, and it was a blast. Shout out to everybody being clean out there, racing hard. Dan for their second P2, Shane P3. Victory fuel. I'm almost out of my full case of it that Richie sent me after the season was over. Stuff's delicious. Shout out to them for sponsoring the series. Everyone should go on and grab a case of that. It's delicious stuff, man. All the fans watching, and number 1 fan always watching. Love you, Mom.
All right, there's Nathan Biggert, winner tonight. Good news too. You got some more victory fuel coming your way. So congratulations again on your win tonight, and we'll see you next week at the Glen.
See you then.
All right, there's your winner tonight, though. One of Nathan Biggert takes home the win. Not a big surprise, I don't guess, with everybody that's been following the series. I mean, he's got 10 wins, now 11 wins on the season. Now he can just kind of cruise through the next 2 races, but something tells me that's not going to happen with the 01.
No, he's going to have a nice, strong week. We know how he is on the road course, so it's going to be a tough battle for a lot of guys next week as well.
Including you.
Including me. And, yeah, we'll see. Maybe if anything, I could be a bridesmaid. But, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we look forward to Watkins Glen next week for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun, turning left, turning right. That track's always a lot of fun. I'm sure it'll be exciting. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. That's just kind of the way it is. But round 2 of the playoffs, 4th race of the C season. Next week is Watkins Glen, if I can get it out. Make sure to tune in here next Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll have all the coverage here on Full Throttle TV. But for Tony Solari, I'm Brody Hanna for Full Throttle Television. That'll do it for us tonight. We'll see you next week from the Glen.